Hey everyone, One Big Boss here, and it's a pretty sad day in the world of video games for a lot of kids who grew up in the 80s and the 90s. Any kids from like 2000 up until now probably won't know who this guy is. But I got some bad news. A buddy of mine sent me an article this morning, and Greg Martin, who many of you may not know, he's probably one of the best video game box artists I've ever seen in my life, and he has also created some of the best work I've ever seen in my life, and it helped me, pick out certain games to rent and buy back in the old days. One of his copies of work, as you can see, is right behind me. It's Pocky Rocky 1. If I'll crop it and see if I can get a faster zoom in there. But I also have the game itself. It's not doing the focus thing, but this is, many of you have heard me mention this many times in the past about this being probably one of my favorite video games of all time. And the box art for it is really incredible. Like I said, I don't know if you can see it on here, but it's a game that just shouts out, rent me, buy me, I'm a good game. For a lot of other people who don't know, he also did such classics, and I have the fortune of still owning this copy. Actually, I picked this up a while ago. I've had the game since I was a little kid, but the box art I just picked up last year. And it's Little Nemo the Dream Master, Capcom Classic. This is a very tough game, but just look at the box art itself. Anything. This is amazing. You don't get stuff like this anymore because it's all computer-generated images these days. It's not really like art done on the thing anymore. And the thing about Greg was he worked hard on these. He would do he would get out his canvas or whatever it was. I can't remember the exact dimensions of what he would work with, but he would airbrush all this. This was like all airbrush artwork and everything. It would take him a full week to complete one of these. Now, I can't imagine how time-consuming everything that must be, because, I mean, anybody who's seen my channel, they know that I draw everything, but I have no patience for it anymore. My attention span just goes out the window half the time. So when I see box art like this, it really makes me think of the person who created it and how good of a job they did. Greg had also done a ton of other stuff. He did work for Namco. Any of the old Pac Man games you've seen, even like Looney Tunes stuff he had done as well. And another major one he had done was pretty much all the box artwork for Sonic the Hedgehog games back in the 90s. And I'll hold them up right here. Like, come on, these are awesome. I especially always loved Sonic 3 because he had like Knuckles there peeking in the corner and stuff, and how just really well detailed it was. Because I mean, like, you see the first one, that's pretty well detailed too, and then Sonic 2 came out, and it's not as exactly detailed as the others, but it's pretty menacing, especially like the way it looks and everything, like how well the detail is of Robotnik crushing the number 2 sign. Plus I actually like how it's all airbrushed in the back and everything, how it goes from like the light color here to the darker color. But 3 was always my favorite. He'd also done Sonic Pinball and a bunch of other ones. Now, I had just recently come across his site where he has all the art that he's done. Apparently he was selling prints before he died. It says that they were for sale. I contacted the website. I don't know if a family's going to be keeping it running or they're going to leave it up as a monument to him, which is mainly why I'm doing this video, to show how much I was really impressed by his work and how much I respected the man. But I had contacted them, and there is a box art, a print actually of Pocky and Rocky for sale on. Well, I don't know if it's still for sale and everything, but if they do, I would really love to own a copy for it and hang it up on my wall here, because I mean, this wall's changed a little bit. I'm adding pictures from my travels and everything like that, so something like that would actually really be good on my wall. And I would love to just help the family out with this terrible tragedy that happened, because I'm not even sure how old he was. He's probably maybe in his 50s at this point, maybe 40s, but it's just a shock. So I'm going to put up the rest of the video here. I'm going to talk about maybe some of the stuff I see, some of the other box art that I've seen from him that was really impressive, because everybody knows that I'm an artist. I like my video games and everything. I loved manuals because of the artwork and that I used to draw. That's pretty much how I started. But, sometimes it was pretty much like the cover is what sold a lot of games sometimes. It just made it look fun. Like I said, Little Nemo the Dream Master, if I didn't play this when I was a kid, if I didn't own it when I was a kid, playing it at my uncle's house and then getting a copy myself, I might, who knows what would have happened. But if I had seen this, I probably definitely would have rented it as a kid, because it it speaks to you, you know. So yep, enjoy the rest of the video, and hopefully I can get a print from the family and help them out, you know, give a little donation to them and everything for their loss. I'm hoping somebody still runs it. So yep, let's take a look at the other box art that Greg Martin had created over his last couple, well, his whole career. And that about does it. Like I said, this guy was amazing at what he did. I'm in marvel at what he could do. Because you don't really see a lot of... It's all digital box artwork now and everything like that. You know, like I look over here and stuff, and I just see all the stuff I own. And I'm just like, in the like the newest sections, and I'm like, why don't they just do some old airbrushing and everything? Computer-generated images, like... I got nothing against computer-generated art. Some of it looks fantastic. But other art just makes it seem cold and uninteresting, and it doesn't really make me want to sell the game. Maybe it's because I'm an old school gamer, you know, that could be it, but I would really like to see something in the box art, something that shows heart, and something that shows off what the game could be, or just sparks off your imagination, makes you like, you know, that looks like a game I want. So, if anybody else is watching this channel, I'll put a link down below to Greg's channel, well, his site, and if the family's still selling prints, and if they're gonna sell any of his prints continuously, you know, I implore anybody who's an old school gamer or a fan of his work to go and buy the prints and support the family. Because if they're still doing that, that'd be a great thing for us gamers, and good for the family to get some, generate some revenue, get some money back in there. So, as always, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I'll see you all next time.